Maxpedition makes some awesome pocket organizers, and they just came out with a brand new model, the Maxpedition Platy, and I have it here in both a 4x6 and a 5x7 variety, so let me show you exactly what you can fit inside these. So this is the new Platy organizer from Maxpedition, and it comes in two different sizes here. This is in a gray color and it's in 4x6, and this one here is in a multicam camouflage style, and this comes in at 5x7. So this is definitely bigger than this one, but neither one of them is massive. Now this is designed to be a lay flat, thinner, put it in your pocket organizer as compared to some of their other versions. This is the micro, for example, and you can see this one gets pretty fat, and then it opens up like a book here. Well, this one is designed so that it has these exterior sections where you can store stuff, and then an interior pocket, so everything's just going to go inside. It's not going to open up like a book, spread open anymore. It's going to be a little bit easier to take with you on the go. Now, these things are made to be tough. They're made from nylon. They have genuine YKK zippers, so they should last you a long time, even with hard use. Both of these, even the larger one, is very lightweight, and they're designed to be rigid in terms of they hold their structure even when they're empty. Something new on both of these, which I think is a great idea, it comes with this paracord lanyard. So this is designed so it's removable if you don't want to use it, but it's designed so you can use this like a crossbody bag, so you can put this over your shoulder, have it hanging across your body. Depending on what you're using it for, that may be very, very handy, or again, depending on what you use it for, you may just remove it. But on either one, you get that paracord lanyard, and I think it is a nice thing to include because, again, it is optional. For the purpose of this review here, I'm not going to be using this, so I'm just going to show you how you remove it if you want. I'm just going to untie this knot here. Quite easy to do. Then I'm going to go ahead, take that right off there, and then this is just going to pull out. So there you go. If you don't want to use the crossbody lanyard, it just comes out like that. So that's how they're going to look with the lanyard removed, and just so I can demonstrate them a little bit, I'm going to do this review with them removed. Taking a look at each of them individually, this is the smaller 4x6 size here. Let's see exactly where you can put stuff and how you can put it in here. So right in the front, you have these two small pockets. Then you have these three elastic loops here. So if you have longer or bigger items, that's going to help to keep them in place so they're not flopping around. Then you also get a large pocket that goes all the way to the bottom. So you can feel with the fingers, that is a huge pocket, and that's going to be the largest section to store things. Now on the other side, you also have two more pockets here on each side of the zipper. So if you want to put pens, flashlights, whatever it is, they're going to fit perfectly there. Then when you come to the interior of the case, there's no further organization in here. So this is like the largest section. Your biggest stuff, the stuff you want to protect the most because it's a zippered pocket, is going to go in this central container. But just keep in mind, this is just one big section here. There's no separate way to organize it within this large pocket. Taking a look at the larger 5x7 one, it's set up in almost an identical way, just bigger. You get these two large pockets on the outside here. They're quite deep, and I can tell you after handling the two of these, even though it's only 5x7 versus 4x6, this one certainly feels larger in the hand. Now you also have these three elastic loops here. So if you have flashlights, pens, whatever large you have, multi-tools, they're gonna go in there and it's gonna hold it nice and secure. And then out here, look at that pocket there. Very deep pocket on the outside of this one here. For whatever you have, it should fit in there no problem. Turning it around, you also have these two deep pockets here. That's gonna be perfect for pens, flashlights, anything like that. And then opening that central zipper, we're gonna see again the large storage container here. This is the biggest compartment. So this is where you're gonna store things, not organize things. That's a good way to think of this central pocket. All of your organizing is going to take place in the different size pockets out here. I really like the paracord zipper pulls. That just makes it way easier, and this paracord should last a long time. And then you'll notice at the top, you also get this strap, very, very strong, very rigid. These are made to be strong. They're made to be used. They're made to withstand daily use and abuse. Another great thing about the Platy is that it's very affordable. For the 4x6, if you get it in the black, green, or wolf gray, it's $18.99. And then if you get it in those same colors in this larger size, it's $19.99. But that being said, if you are getting the multicam like you see here, it's a couple dollars more. Instead of $19.99, $19.99, it's going to be $22.99. And for this one here, instead of it being $18.99, it's going to be $21.99. I want to load some stuff in here so you can get a sense as to how much you can fit in here and then what it's going to be like when you have it quite full. So let's just start putting some stuff in here and see how it fits. Not going to fit there. It's going to fit here. So that would fit. That's just an EDC sort of a knife that would fit there, but it would also fit in this pocket here, and that might make it a little bit better actually. That sits in there better. Now this is a good size flashlight. This is the Olight Seeker 3, and that can fit quite fine in that back pocket, but just keep in mind, there's nothing keeping it in there. So depending on how you have that set up, it's secure, but you know, you might want it more secure is kind of the idea. Is it going to fit in one of these pockets here? Now these are quite narrow, so I don't think it'll quite fit in these pockets. Whereas if you have a pen, that's gonna fit in there just perfect. Honestly, that's like an ideal sort of a pen container. Got a little battery here. We're gonna put that in the small one. Fits nicely in there. We have a lighter with some duct tape on it. Let's go ahead and put that in here as well. So we got that. Now, right here, one of the things that I notice is that you have this large center section and then two smaller elastic loops, but this larger section is going to hit right on the seam of here. So in this case, I don't think these elastic loops are going to be as useful as maybe you'd think at first glance, but you know, once I stuff some more stuff in here, I may change my mind. Pepper spray, let's put that in there. So I mean, that's just a decent little loadout already. You know, of course there is more room. The great thing about these things is you can stuff them. Like you can fit some stuff in here and it's all gonna be what your EDC is. What do you need to take with you on a day-by-day basis? As you can see, most of the stuff I have in here is in these exterior pockets. Outer section here, let's see if we can fit a couple Sharpies. See, that's really nice. I like that your pens, Sharpies, anything like that. The little catch is going to sit there the proper way to help store that in place. And as you can see, without utilizing this interior space at all, I have a decent amount of stuff in here, but that's gonna do a better job at going into your cargo pants, a side pocket on your backpack, anything like that, as compared to something like this that can end up being really, really thick when it's loaded just because of the design. Now, if you have this thing packed up like this, that's obviously gonna diminish the space on the inside. So on the inside, you know, we've got some alcohol wipes. There's still room in here. It's great if you want to use this in place of a wallet or something like that. You could put all of your cards in here. You could put your cash in here, put your coins, anything like that. We're just using these alcohol wipes because they're handy and I have them right here with me. So that's quite a few of them in there. And we can close that up. No problem. So, you know, your loadout may vary, but you can fit all of this stuff in here, no problem. And I think these are great for this lie flat kind of a section. This is gonna be perfect for a wallet replacement. If you plan on using it like that, I would use this interior section for all your cards, cash, coins, and then the outside, keep anything you might use that you want to keep handy. Now what I wanna do, I wanna take this exact loadout that we have here and I wanna put it in the larger 5x7 just so we can see how much room there is between the two in context. So let's go ahead, take everything out of here. So there you go, that's everything we had in this little tiny pouch. So imagine carrying all this stuff in your pocket, in a random place in your backpack. It would be very inconvenient, which is why I love a little case like this. Inexpensive, but very handy. So now let's load that into this larger case and see exactly how it fits in this bigger one here. So I'll do my best to load it up in the same way so we can just kind of see. So that's the exact same amount of gear in this larger case. I don't know what the volume difference works out with a 5x7 compared to a 4x6, but you can fit considerably more in this one. Like you can probably actually put this flashlight in here as well. And the flashlight's gonna do a way better job at sitting in here securely. And again, that large elastic loop, in a perfect world, I would like to use this elastic loop, but this, because it's split down the middle, it's just not going to allow. So this one is definitely a lot larger. I feel like it is a cavernous size compared to the small one. And I think if you're the kind of person that has a large everyday carry, there's a lot of stuff you take with you on a day-by-day basis, you're probably going to be better suited with this larger 5x7 size. Because, I mean, this still has more room in it. You know, you could put more of these alcohol wipes for sure. Any of your cards, any of your coins, any of your cash, and even shoving a few more wipes in here. We've still got room over here for another pen. If I had more pens, we'd be shoving them all in here. But these can take tools, put our Leatherman right there, and then we're going to take this, we're going to put this right in there, safe and secure. And there we go, right? So look at how much more I was able to put in this one compared to the smaller one. So the big one is going to be perfect for people who have a large EDC. You have a lot of stuff you take with you, some larger items like this, maybe a flashlight, things like that. This is going to suit the job. And I think this is going to be more designed for people who don't have a ton of stuff with them, but you still do have multiple items. You saw how much stuff I fit in here. And if I didn't have this case, that stuff would be a huge pain to carry, to manage, but putting it in something like this really helps to keep it organized. So whichever size you decide to go with, this is a great addition to the lineup. And I do like that it has that paracord lanyard because it allows you to wear it crossbody. It allows you to wear it around your neck, maybe have an ID card or something like that in here, and it just gives you more options, but it's easily removable if you don't think it's something that you're going to be utilizing. So that is the Maxpedition Platy, their new flat, easier to carry model with the lanyard, with the crossbody action, and you can use this one in a different way than you can use their other pocket organizers. But let me ask you, after seeing this one, which one do you think looks better for you? Either the smaller 4x6 or the larger 5x7, and do you think you will use it with the crossbody lanyard fashion? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.